In an era dominated by subscription services, smart home devices, and the constant pressure of social media aesthetics, the concept of owning less might seem counterintuitive. Yet as we navigate through 2025, with rising living costs, environmental consciousness, and digital overwhelm reaching new peaks, minimalism has evolved from a lifestyle trend into a practical necessity for mental and financial well-being. The minimalism movement of today isn't about living in stark, Instagram-worthy white rooms or depriving yourself of comfort. Instead, it's about strategic intentionality, choosing what truly serves your life while releasing what merely occupies space, time, and mental energy. This approach has become particularly crucial as the average American household now contains over 300,000 items, yet studies show we use less than 20% of what we own regularly. The hidden cost of modern accumulation. Beyond the obvious financial burden of purchasing items, modern ownership carries invisible costs that compound daily. Every possession requires what researchers call cognitive overhead, the mental energy needed to maintain, organize, insure, and eventually dispose of our belongings. In 2025, with the average person making 35,000 decisions per day, reducing these micro-decisions through intentional ownership has become a form of mental health care. Consider the modern kitchen, often ground zero for accumulation. The average American kitchen contains 68 single-use gadgets, from avocado slicers to specialized egg separators. Each item requires storage space, cleaning time, and decision-making energy every time you open a drawer. More significantly, research from UCLA's Center on Everyday Lives shows that women living in cluttered homes have higher cortisol levels throughout the day, directly linking our physical environment to our stress hormones. The financial mathematics are equally compelling. The self-storage industry, now valued at over $32 billion annually, exists primarily to house items we own but don't actively use. The average American pays $1,200 yearly to store belongings, money that could fund an emergency fund, vacation, or retirement contributions. This represents a fundamental misallocation of resources, paying to maintain ownership of items that provide no active value. Rethinking essential versus cultural expectations. Many items we consider essential exist in our homes not because they serve our lives, but because they fulfill cultural expectations of what a complete household should contain. The guest bedroom that hosts visitors twice a year, the dining room table used only on holidays, the extensive book collection gathering dust. These represent significant financial and spatial investments in theoretical rather than actual utility. The challenge intensifies with digital age expectations. Social media platforms showcase curated lifestyles that suggest we need specialized items for every activity, workout clothes for different types of exercise, kitchen appliances for various cooking styles, home office equipment for the perfect video call backdrop. This creates what psychologists term lifestyle inflation anxiety, the fear that we're not living correctly without the proper accoutrements. Smart minimalism in 2025 means questioning these cultural scripts. Instead of asking, "What should I have?" the better question becomes, "What do I actually use?" This shift from aspirational ownership to functional ownership can dramatically reduce both financial stress and home maintenance burden. The MultiPurpose Revolution. One of the most practical applications of modern minimalism involves embracing multi-purpose solutions. This doesn't mean sacrificing quality or functionality. Quite the opposite. It means investing in fewer, better items that serve multiple roles effectively. In the kitchen, a high-quality chef's knife can replace numerous specialized cutting tools. A cast iron skillet serves as a frying pan, baking dish, and serving vessel. A stand mixer with attachments eliminates the need for separate hand mixers, food processors, and pasta machines. Each multi-purpose item reduces storage needs, simplifies decision-making, and often provides superior performance compared to specialized alternatives. This principle extends throughout the home. A laptop with good specifications can replace a desktop computer, gaming console, and entertainment center. A quality smartphone eliminates the need for separate cameras, GPS devices, music players, and e-readers for most users. Furniture pieces that incorporate storage, ottomans with hidden compartments, beds with built-in drawers, maximize functionality while minimizing footprint. The key lies in strategic investment rather than cheap accumulation. Spending more on one excellent item that serves three functions costs less than buying three separate mediocre items, while also reducing the time and energy required for maintenance and organization. Digital minimalism in a hyper-connected world. Physical decluttering represents only half the equation in 2025. Digital minimalism has become equally crucial as the average person receives 121 emails daily, maintains profiles on 7.3 social media platforms, and subscribes to 3.4 streaming services they rarely use. Digital clutter creates the same cognitive overhead as physical possessions, fragmenting attention and increasing decision fatigue. Practical digital minimalism involves consolidating digital tools just as we consolidate physical ones. Instead of using separate apps for note taking, task management, and calendar functions, integrated platforms like Notion or Google Workspace can handle multiple needs. Email management becomes simpler when you unsubscribe ruthlessly and use filters to automate organization. The subscription economy demands particular attention. The average household now pays over $240 monthly for various subscriptions: streaming services, software licenses, meal kits, beauty boxes. Many people can't accurately list all their recurring charges. An annual subscription audit, treating these services like any other possession, can reveal significant savings opportunities while reducing digital noise. The psychology of enough. Perhaps the most profound aspect of minimalism in 2025 involves redefining our relationship with enough. Consumer culture thrives on perpetual dissatisfaction, the idea that happiness lies just one purchase away. Minimalism challenges this by establishing clear boundaries around what constitutes sufficiency. This doesn't mean settling for less than you need or want. Instead, it means becoming more intentional about defining those needs and wants based on your actual life rather than external expectations. Someone who cooks daily might invest in high-quality kitchen equipment while keeping a minimal wardrobe. A photography enthusiast might own professional camera gear while maintaining simple home decor. The practice of enough becomes particularly powerful when applied to categories rather than individual items. Instead of asking whether you need another sweater, ask whether your current collection of sweaters adequately serves your needs. This category-based thinking prevents accumulation while ensuring genuine needs are met. Environmental and economic alignment. Minimalism in 2025 aligns perfectly with growing environmental consciousness and economic uncertainty. The fashion industry produces 92 million tons of textile waste annually, much from clothing worn fewer than 10 times. Fast furniture contributes 12 million tons to landfills yearly. By choosing fewer, higher quality items and using them fully, minimalists reduce their environmental impact while often saving money long term. This approach becomes especially relevant during economic volatility. A household with lower fixed costs and fewer possessions to maintain has greater financial flexibility during unexpected changes. The money not spent on accumulating possessions can build emergency funds, fund experiences, or support causes that align with personal values. Practical implementation for modern life. Starting a minimalist practice in 2025 doesn't require dramatic life changes or aesthetic restrictions. Begin with what researchers call expired inventory, items you once used but no longer need. Old electronics, outgrown clothing, books you'll never reread, kitchen gadgets gathering dust. This low-stakes decluttering builds momentum while providing immediate space and organization benefits. Next, implement a replacement-only policy for non-essential categories. When something breaks or wears out, replace it thoughtfully rather than automatically. Ask whether you truly missed the item during the time it was broken. Consider whether something else you own could serve the same function. If replacement is necessary, invest in quality that will last. For categories you use regularly, establish clear parameters. If you work from home, define exactly what equipment you need for productivity versus what merely seems professional. If you enjoy cooking, identify which tools you actually use versus those that represent aspirational cooking habits. The long-term vision. Minimalism in 2025 represents more than aesthetic choice or financial strategy. It's a form of life curation that prioritizes attention, time, and energy over accumulation. In a world designed to capture and monetize our attention, choosing to own less becomes an act of rebellion against systems that profit from our distraction and dissatisfaction. The goal isn't to own as little as possible, but to ensure that everything you do own actively contributes to your well-being, relationships, or goals. This might mean a larger library if reading brings you joy, professional grade art supplies if creativity feeds your soul, or high quality outdoor gear if nature connection is essential to your mental health. The liberation that comes from this intentional curation extends far beyond clean closets or organized kitchens. It creates space, physical, mental, and financial, for what truly matters. In an era of infinite options and constant stimulation, the ability to focus deeply on fewer things has become both a luxury and a necessity. As we continue navigating the complexities of modern life, minimalism offers a practical framework for making decisions that align with our values rather than cultural expectations. It's not about deprivation, it's about clarity, intentionality, and the profound relief that comes from finally having enough.